I feel like when it comes to ships in TV series, everyone has a favorite ship and then a least favorite ship, and they hate anyone that disagrees. So here are some ships of multiple characters that I genuinely ship both of. Just for context before we get into it, I generally enjoy ships that canonically can make sense. Not always, but I also think that two things can be true at once. So let's get into it. Starting off strong with Jujutsu Kaisen, Gojo and Geto. Their story is just like gut-wrenchingly heartbreaking. We know that Gojo is into girls, and I'm honestly not questioning that, but he loves Geto. So I'm not saying it's impossible. Regardless of a ship or not, their story is gut-wrenching. Overall, how passionate I feel about them is like probably 7.5 or 8 out of 10. But I also ship Gojo and Utahime. Now hear me out before you freak out. This is like one of the most hated ships ever, and I don't understand. Like, why can't Gojo and Geto have been a thing in high school and like these two like each other later in life? Oh, but Utahime hates him. Ever heard of enemies to lovers? Oh, but they're not enemies. Gojo just annoys her. So the vibes are amazing. I like to imagine that Gojo's like the type of guy that gets whatever he wants wherever he goes, like in the church scene, and Utahime doesn't give it to him, and it drives him crazy low-key, and Utahime hides her feelings by being hostile. Regardless of if you ship them or not, I don't know why you have to hate people who do, because again, it shouldn't be that way. Passion level for this ship is like 8, 8.5. Now on to Attack on Titan. Eren and Mikasa. Eren and Mikasa is probably the ship I feel most passionate about of any story I've ever seen in my life. They're beautiful. They are perfect. Chef's kiss. There's not really much more to say. They're tragic. Everything is perfect. Okay, yeah, Eren is pretty bad. The only complaint I have is Isayama. We deserved to see him apologize and say he loved her in that dang cabin. I'll stand by it till the day I die. Overall passion level for the ship, 11 out of 10. Obsessed. Like, praise. Best ship ever. But I do also ship Mikasa and Jean. Hear me out, hear me out. This is another one of those two things can be true at the same time, because would I ever pick them over Eren and Mikasa? Never. But Eren wanted Mikasa to live a happy life. It's not a happy life if she's alone, in my opinion. So yeah, I ship them once Eren dies. He's like the only person that would know what she's been through, and he has loved her the whole time. My only beef with this ship is that Jean deserves better, because he would always know that he's second to Eren. Passion level for this ship is like 5 out of 10. Maybe even 4 out of 10. Now last but certainly not least, Avatar: The Last Airbender. Zutara. Oh, Zutara is so good. This is one of the rare times that canonically they don't make sense and I still ship them. Oh, they're just beautiful. The water and fire dynamic, the enemies to lovers, like it's all so good. Originally, I wanted them together. I think that's why I shipped them so much. But honestly, in some ways, they would never really work. Like long term, and if you're thinking like logically, like not storytelling, like I know that their chemistry would be insane, but personality-wise, I don't think they would have a super happy, lasting life together because of how different they are. Regardless, the ship is so good. My biggest beef with it is that in order to ship them genuinely, you have to not really care about Aang the way I care about Aang. Because his entire story point is that he loves Katara so much. But passion level for this ship is like 9 out of 10. Cat Aang. Cat Aang is so cute. The biggest Cat Aang complaint that I see is that he's little, he's shorter than her, and that there's not as much chemistry. But y'all acting like he's not 12 years old. He's gonna grow. If you read the comic books, he's the tallest of the whole gang in the end, even Zuko. And he's a beast. Like, let's not pretend he could take Zuko in a fight easy. In a way, Katara deserves Aang more than anyone else. Aang's a baddie. I'm so sick of us pretending that he's not. Just wait till these adult films come out. People are gonna be like, whoa, Aang's actually a babe. It's gonna be like, yeah, Katara saw the vision. And if we're talking a happy long life, these two will literally last and go the distance. Because they're the exact same. You marry your equal, and she did, and they're perfect, and mwah. Ship is a 10 out of 10 in my opinion. The only thing missing is a little bit of like sexual tension and chemistry, which I think we will get when they're older. Anyways, that's my spiel. Hope you enjoyed.